getting us. Those ones who have joined us, thank you so much. Let me turn on my video. I introduce myself so that you can see me. One of the rules we are going to be minding about so much, we are going to be muting our microphones because we are not submitting to the class. Whoever is not submitting to the class, Mastula, I request you mute your microphone. Wow, that's perfect. So whoever is not going to be submitting to the class, you're going to be muting your microphone, and it will help us not to hear the background noise because it will keep on disrupting our class. Thank you so much. Let me turn on my video so that you can see me. I'm Teacher Linda, and I'm going to be handling mathematics. And I hope I've met the right children today because this is primary 4. I'm glad to meet you. Feel free to interact with me. Feel free to ask questions where I don't understand. Feel free to ask any question where you when you've understood it. Don't just allow us to continue with anything if you've really not picked up something. You are welcome to, thank you for choosing Yaaka. We offer free learning online classes. As you see, the benefits are there. My name is also there. So feel free to call and ask anything in our class. Feel free to also register, it's there. You can also keep on inviting your friends to join. For other services that are offered, we can see them here. We have, we can buy subjects. We can also, we can buy subjects, single subjects. We can also buy subjects per classes. The amount is also there. So feel free to do anything. Feel free to work with us. Feel free to interact with us. The numbers are there and also the links are there. I'll be sharing this in the group, so you will be in position to pick up and also contact. The numbers are also down here. Feel free to contact for anything you want, the packages, the work, and any other thing. Classes are offered from primary 1 to senior 6. So you can also invite the big sister to the, so that she can start studying. You can invite anyone to start studying. Thank you. I'm going to turn off my video so that we can move basically in our interest today. So previously we looked at place values, we looked at values of given numbers, how to get values, how to get place value. I would like to give an opportunity to one of you to tell me how we can basically get the value of a digit. Yeah, Amila, hi to everyone. Value of a given number. I want 2 people, one to tell us the order of place values, that is from the ones up to where we ended. Then I want also one person and share with me if you have an idea about it. Let me see here. Yes, Joel, your hand is already up.
Excuse me, teacher. I'm happy.
Yes, please. You're happy?
Yes.
Okay.
Ones, tens,
yes,
hundreds.
Share with me.
Ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Even 10,000.
Good. Wow, that's perfect. Thank you so much. So that's the order of place values. Happy, thank you so much. Let me hope that's okay. Thank you so much. as she has told us the order of place values, and those ones start from ones, that is from the right hand. We have ones, tens, followed by hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. That's where we stopped according to our level. So I saw someone's hand also up. My friend here who is using, yes, please. Mastula, you're saying something? Okay. There is some friend of mine here who is using Galax. If your name is marked with Galax, your hand was up. I'll give you this chance to say something. You can even tell me your name, and I'll be calling you by your name, okay?
No man.
No man?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Your hand was up.
One is 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000.
Okay, Norman, you're also giving us you're also giving us the order of place values. That's great. Thank you so much. Maria, mute your microphone because your background noise is trying to disturb us in class. It's disorganizing us. Mute your microphone, Maria. Okay, then who can tell me, you put up your hand if you have an idea. How do we get the value? How can we get the value of a number? How do we get a value of a number? Yes, Katana.
By multiplying
Stacy?
by multiplying the given digit with the place value.
Wow, thank you so much. Those ones who aren't with us, how do we get the value? Value is got by multiplying the digit by its place value. That's how we get the value. So today we are going to look at also part of that work. So we've been running to mathematics, and I hope we are all ready to learn something from mathematics. Maria, your hand is up. I'll give you a chance to speak later on, because I know you're going to tell me about values, so you can put it down. Thank you so much. This time around, I want us to learn how to writing numbers in expanded form. Writing numbers in expanded form. Just because my sister began from there, but I hope she will be completing the whole task, writing the whole of it. So today, I want us to learn how to expand whole numbers. What do we need to know? We should note this. There are three ways in which we can expand whole numbers. Namely, the first one, who can tell me the first way we can, someone tell me, how can we expand a number? Yes, Happy? Your hand is up.
By using values.
Yes, one, we use values. That's good. Thank you so much. Nasha, you're welcome.
By adding the place values.
Okay. Okay, when we are expanding, the addition comes in, but we shall see how to put it right, yes? Thank you so much. El Shefa, can you give us? Your hand is up.
By using place values.
Yes, by using place values. Good, thank you so much. Norman, your hand is up.
By multiplying.
Thank you, Norman. Okay, thank you. Norman says by multiplying. Okay, we are going to see. We have three of them. And the first one, is there, using place values. So those, an applause to those ones who have said using place values. Thank you so much. We are going to learn how to use the place values and how are they applied. When they talk about expanding, remember expanding, here we make a number appear bigger than before. Yes? We are actually trying to increase its size. Before you could write it in a very small space, but now we are looking for ways to make it appear bigger. That is expanding. So whenever you're told to expand a number, this means that you're going to make the thing appear a little bit bigger than the original. For example, if you have a balloon, without expand that balloon, what you just balloon here so that it can increase its. Norman, mute your microphone. You will unmute it if you're submitting to the class. Thank you. Wow, that's perfect. So when you're told to expand, what do we need to know? At the moment they tell you, we are going to expand this house here. You know, it has been a one-roomed house. Now we need to expand it. What runs in your mind? Just know this house is no longer going to be the way it was, but it's going to change and it will appear bigger than the original size. That was the size before. So when we are expanding numbers, we expect a number to appear bigger than how it was appearing, although it will remain of the same value. It will be equivalent to that very number just because this time round the change comes in. How does it come in? If the number was big, was small, this time round, if it has been covering a small space, it will cover a bigger space. Let us see also another one. Using values. We are also going to see how to use values. But I hope everyone of us is aware. Amila, mute your microphone. Amila, mute your microphone, please. The noise is not doing us. Amira, mute your microphone. Thank you so much. So here we are going to see, and I hope each one of us is aware of how we can get the values of the given numbers. We also have that one there, but that one we shall not go deep in it, although I want us to have an idea of it because we're in primary 4. I want by the time someone meets you like, yeah, I can also, there is also expanding using powers, although you don't know how to do it, but at least you know the word. Using powers or exponents, this one we shall look at it when we go to primary 5. 6 and above. But I just want you to be familiar to the word so that when you meet it in the next step, you are aware that, oh, Teacher Linda once told us about that. So you just need to see how it is done. And it is also something simple to do with expanding. Okay, let us see basically using place values. I think. How to expand using place values. Let us see some examples here. Expand 4,567 using place values. When we are using place values, the first thing you should do is to draw the place value table. Actually, this one here, you're meeting it somewhere, you're like, but even the other work, we drew the place value table. Even the other one, we drew the place value table. You don't need to get tired drawing this table here because it is really very important. I'll not say it is really very important. It is kind of important because it will always guide us on what to do. Since there are place values, you need to give the place values to each digit here. And then what do? We multiply each digit by its place value. Yes? And this time round, when you're writing the answer here, you don't start from the ones. Yes? When you're giving place values, we start from the ones, but now we are starting from the biggest place value. So we shall say 4 times 1,000, 5 times 100, 6 times 10, 7 times.
Excuse me, teacher. We can't hear you well.
1. So this is how we can do it. It will appear.
Excuse me, teacher.
So what we do, we multiply value of 40,000. What about now? Yes, please. Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me well?
Yes.
All right. Joel, let me hope you can hear me. Sorry, who? Happy, let me hope you can hear me because you told me you aren't hearing me. And the rest who have just joined us, you're welcome. We are looking at expanding numbers. We are looking at expanding numbers using different methods. And we've said that there are three ways we can expand a number. One, we can use the powers or exponents. The other one, we can use place values, using place values as it's written up here. And the third one is using values. And I want us to, by the end of this lesson, to be in position to use at least two of them. That is place values and values. That is my interest today. So when you're expanding using place values, those ones who have just joined us, we've said that you multiply 4 times its place value, and you separate these. You separate the each number and its place value from the addition sign. We put it together because when you don't put this addition sign, it will always drive you to something different. But whenever you expand, ask yourself a question. If I put this number together, will I go back to, that's the question you should always ask yourself. So when you're expanding, make sure you always, you give place values because they will guide you on how to do it and how to expand correctly. So when you're using place values, this is how it will be. And we don't add any other step. This is the only thing we put. Just check how simple mathematics is. You end there, you're given your marks. They'll say, wow, she has passed it. Wow, she has passed it. Just there, don't add on any other step. That's what we do with place values. Let us see another example here. Example 2. Expand 70,608. Expand 70,608 using place values. The first step, don't always forget to give place values to each digit. So when you give place values to each digit, what we do, you come here, the place value of 8 is ones. The place value of 0 is tens. The place value of 6 is hundreds. The place value of 0 is thousands. The place value of 7 is 10,000. Now, one thing to note, who can tell us, if you multiply any number with a 0, what do we get? If we multiply a digit by a 0, what do we get? Yes, Happy.
I will get a 0.
We get a 0. Denise, do you agree with him, with her?
Yes.
Denise, do you agree with her, what Happy has told us?
Yes.
Okay. So with 0, we get a 0. Can you tell me? Ellie, can you tell me? Ellie, your hand is up. Okay. You'll speak at any time. So when you multiply any number by 0, you get a 0. After putting that one in your head, now you don't need to come and say 7 times 10,000 plus in brackets plus 0 times 1,000. Because when you multiply a 0 times 1,000, you're going to get a 0. So what we do, we just go away with a 0. And this is how we are going to write this. That's how we are going to write it. We are going to say 7 times 10,000 plus 6 times 100 plus 8 times 1. Why do we do this? Because these ones will always give us answer 0. So we don't need to put them. And although you're looking for the number that has been expanded, we are also going to see that at the end. Still, you don't need to come and say, now let me multiply again 0 times 1000, because we all know that that bracket is going to give you a 0. So it is okay to go away with that bracket there. Then let us see another, we are going to do something here. We shall try out this we shall expand using place values. We shall expand the following numbers using place values, and I'll be glad receiving the feedback from you. Then let us also see another one here, using values. How can we do it using values? Remember, for the place values, we've said that you only put one step, draw a place value table, put one step, your work will be right. Now, when it comes to values, we add on something small. Let us see the examples. Happy, your hand is up. Are you saying something? Okay. Let us see how to use values. So when we are using values, there are two things we need to know. Always ask yourself, how do I get a value? Remember what someone told us when we're beginning. A value of a number is got by multiplying a digit times its place value. So here we shall go into, we shall have to conclude with a value. Jemima, you're doing something on my screen. I beg you stop and remove it. Thank you. I will only give you an opportunity to do something if it's really necessary. We shall be doing something. So when you're using values, we've said that one thing we should note, how do we get the value of a number? And we've said this one is got by multiplying a digit times its place value. How will you identify the digit? How will you identify the place value of the given digit? By giving them place values. And this is how it will be. If they're saying expand 3,458 using values. This is our first example. What we do, you draw the place value table and give place values to each digit. Now, because we are using values, don't say teach again. What are we going to do? The first thing is to initiate the value method, how to get a value of the given number. And this is how we shall do it. We shall multiply each digit times its place value. Like here we shall say 3 times 1000 plus 4 times 100 plus 5 times 10 plus 8 times 1. And this is how it will be. So after doing this, remember we are getting values. Don't end here, yes? You are supposed to multiply and work out each bracket here so that we can come up with the final answer. But remember, we are not putting it, we are adding it, we have to put the addition sign to show that if you put this number together, we go back to the original number here. So I want someone to tell us, let me see hands up. Nash. Nasha, what is 3 times 1000?
Yes, please.
3 times 1000, what do we get?
3,000.
3,000, good. I don't know, Georgina, I don't know whether she cannot speak. I don't know why she has not responded. Okay. Kirsten, 4 times 100, what do we get? Kirsten.
400.
Okay. Good, thank you so much. We get 400. Lina, 5 times 10.
50.
Lina, your hand is up. 50. Thank you. I thought you were going to say 5,000. 8 times 1.
8.
Jemima, 8 times 1. We get 8. Good. So when we get, after getting those answers, yes? So we've worked out our brackets. So this will happen. Thank you. You have to write it there as your final answer. Yes? So you will have 3,000 plus 400 plus 50 plus 8. And that will be the final answer because you've expanded this number using values. So it makes you look for the value of the given of each bracket so that you can come up with the final answer. Don't forget to put the addition signs because when you put they help you, when you put the addition sign and you add this number together, you will always go back here. We are also going to see that. Let us use another example here. Our example.
Your network is on and off.
Example 2. Expand.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
Teacher, we can't hear you. We don't see your screen.
Can everyone hear me well?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let me share my.
But we can't see your screen.
I'm going to share it again. We're around here. We're saying expand 78,042 using values. So here, when we're using values, remember, still you need to draw the place value table, give each digit a place value, and that is how the table will look like. So excuse me, from here, after drawing the place value table, you multiply.
I can't hear you.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
Yes?
We can't
So
hear
we shall
you.
have 7 times 10,000, 8 times 1,000. What about now? Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
We can.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what we do after we multiply.
Excuse me, teacher.
We multiply each digit times its place value. Okay, you can mute microphones now. So we multiply each digit times its place value. So plus 8 times 1,000. Now when it comes to us, yes, you're excused. Yes.
So I can't see the work.
No man, are you the one? Can you say something? Okay. You can't see the work? Seeing the work still?
Yeah. We can see now.
All right. Now you can.
Yes, we can.
See it, yes? When here we when we multiply each digit times its plus value, that's the first step. But when it comes to a zero, remember this zero still, when you multiply 0 times 100, you will get a 0. So it's okay not to mind about this 0 here. Leave it where it is, move to the other digits here. So you'll have 4 times 10 plus 2 times 1, and this is how it will be. Yes? So after doing this, then you can come up, you work out the brackets and come up with the values of each digit, because when you multiply 7 times 10,000, you get, when you multiply 7 times 10,000, you get 70,000, plus 8 times 1,000, you get 80,000, 8,000, plus 4 times 10, you get 40, plus 2 times 1, you get 2. So that will be your final answer here when you are expanding using values. To try out something here, but I'm going to first welcome questions. If you have a question to ask how about expanding using values and place values is concerned, then I can respond to it before we move to something else also. Anyone with a question? Denise, do you have a question?
No.
Yeah. Pop, do you have a question? Janelle, do you have a question?
Don't have a question.
All right. So this is those are the two methods that we that suit our level. The ones we should know, that is using place values and using values. Yes? So when you're told to expand using values, you know that you need 2 steps there. You need to first you expand using place values, and finally you also find the value of each digit and add them. You forget. Then when you're using values, place values, you also see that it's a matter of multiplying a digit times its and you end there. Yes, please.
We write.
Yes, Mastula.
We write the work.
Yes. Matthew Sadif, can I hear from you?
Write the work.
I'm going to send it to the group so that you can.
Come and study.
Teacher, we
Going
can't
to
write
the
the
group so that you
work.
can do.
Teacher, write the work.
Come and see.
Then there is something here also I want us to finding the expanded number. Jovia, mute your microphone. Jovia, I'm going to send it to the WhatsApp. Not now.
Okay.
Yes, please. The work I'm going to send it in the group so that
Okay.
you can write it, but not right now, okay?
Yes.
Mommy. Mommy.
Olaba abaana abalisoma muwulira. Tatalaba kuliko abaana abasoma. Bamanyi oteekako waakakamale.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
Leave, Malachi, leave.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
Madechi.
Teacher, we can't hear you.
The teacher is coming. Let's hold on a bit. I think her network is off. Okay. Let's be patient.
Yes.
Okay.
I like this one, these shirts.
Yes,
We are talking English. Don't press anything. When you hear something, you write. Okay? Hold. No. Right, baby. Number from
Teacher, I can't hear you.
Teacher Linda is reconnecting. Let's be patient. Keep orderly. She's reconnecting. Thank you.
Okay. But for me, I didn't get the other work. For me, I didn't get the other work.
Sorry, my network just a little bit instable, but back.
Mother.
Those ones were asking about work. Some of our friends were asking, should we copy the work right now? Should we do the work right now? I'm going to send it in our WhatsApp group, so check there and respond to the work.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Check there and respond to the work. I'll be attached. You'll try it out in your books. I respond to the activities. I'll be giving you feedback where you.
For me, I didn't get the work.
Yes, please.
I didn't get the work.
You didn't copy it?
I
What do you
didn't
mean?
get.
As in you didn't copy it in your book?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
In our WhatsApp group primary 4, I'm going to put this very work we used. Visit there, go through the work, then we can
Okay.
at least have time with it. Then you can respond to activities for your practice and also try out some activities. I want us to try out something. I'll be giving you feedback.
Okay.
This activity here. I'm going to give out some activity on my screen. Hello, someone is saying hello.
I don't see the work.
I'm not seeing the work.
Hello?
Yes, please.
I'm not
I'm going to
seeing
be
the work.
sharing my screen.
Okay.
The work is going to be there at the end of our engagement. I'm going to put it there. There is some piece of work I want you to go through. There is some piece of work I want you to go through. I'm going to be sending it. You're going to, I want you to try to interact with this work here. I want you to have a wider range of coverage. So you're going to look at, in that work, we are going to put that part of finding the expanded number. I'm going to put there some few activities, some few examples on how to do it. And I would, then you will interact, ask questions where you need challenges. I'll be available. You can put your question in the group. You can call, the number was there on the screen. So just feel free to do anything with this work here. I'm going to send it in the WhatsApp group. Make sure you interact with it. Otherwise, ending. Otherwise, thank you for attending.
But madam, can't see you.
You can't see me? My video is not on.
Yes.
That's why you cannot see me.
Okay.
My video is on. That's why you cannot see me. My video is off.
Okay.
Yeah, because when it's on and we are learning, people just keep on looking at the teacher instead of minding on our work. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you for attending.
God bless you.
God bless you too.